Hi, I'm Mark Mazzaferro. We are here with Paul Stanley, one of the owners of Rock Brews restaurant, just opened here in Vacaville. Paul, thank you for being here today.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure.
So, tell us about how you got into the restaurant business.
Well, it's very interesting because when you are on this journey through life, you never know what's coming next. But for me, I've always found that if I address my own needs, I address the needs of other people. Uh, Kiss was the band that we never saw. We wanted to become the band we never saw, and we did that. Um, I've written a book that was a New York Times #2 bestseller and is in 6 languages. I've had a successful career in art and theater and all kinds of things. And lo and behold, when I started having children, I realized that to go out and have a great meal with my kids during the day and spend some time, I'd have to eat cardboard macaroni and cheese or some overcooked pizza served by somebody dressed like a rat. So I started thinking, how can I have a great meal? And Rock and Brews is a chance for people to have great food in a great atmosphere that really is a comfortable surrounding that pays tribute to the music we all love. This is not a funeral parlor with dead musician socks on the wall. This is about having a background that we enjoy, but having great food, great craft beers. It's really first and foremost a great restaurant, but a great place to hang out.
Yeah, well, we've been here a few times, and it is fantastic. I personally, I love the atmosphere. I love the food. The folks that work here are super friendly, and it takes me back to my days in high school and college. When you guys were huge, still huge. But the music that's played and the posters. This is what a lot of bedrooms in the '70s and '80s looked like, right?
Yeah, but we also make sure that we're not so steeped in the past that we don't pay some recognition to current bands.
Right.
It's not just about the past. And yeah, we try to make sure that we're also socially conscious, that we take care of people in the neighborhood, that we help the military out. So every time we open a new Rock and Brews, we make sure that the first people to come through on the grand opening are the military, because the military are the people who make this country everything it is, never politicians.
No, and how'd you get connected to Operation Care and Comfort? How'd that come about?
Well, we try to find a local group, a support group for the military in every area that we open a Rock and Brews. This is our 22nd Rock and Brews. We'll have 30 this year. And we try to make sure that we acknowledge the military. So we do a free lunch, so to speak, to celebrate the opening. But more importantly than just feeding vets, it's really media coverage to make sure that people know that ultimately it falls on our shoulders to take care of the military, because these people take care of us, and unfortunately when they return, the government really doesn't do what they need to.
No, not. We've had this conversation with others here in Solano County in the past too, and you're in a good spot. We're very
Right.
close to Travis, and a
Yeah.
lot of military folks here.
Totally, and we depend on them. And look, nobody should ever confuse the military and politics. The military works for us. We vote into office who's in office. If we don't like the policies, we should vote them out. But the military is here regardless. So those are the people who walk the walk, and they lead by example.
So, all right. So let's talk about the difference between the rock star business and the restaurant business, or are there any similarities?
There's lots of similarities. When you want to succeed at something, you have to give people what they want. And in my case, I try to make sure that I fulfill a need in myself, whether it's Kiss becoming the band we never saw. It's always just a matter of my paintings, for example. I only painted for my own satisfaction, with no thoughts of having shows, and that turned into an enormous success. So much so that I stopped doing it for a while because it became a job. But last month I did my first show in probably 5 years, 6 years, and it was just an enormous success. I have another show in April, another in June, and another in September. So really, I just have a great life, and I don't live within anybody else's boundaries or restrictions.
You know, it's funny when you're growing up and you see someone like yourself or any famous rock musician or athlete, you know, God, I wish I had his life. And then you hear some of the other things that happen. Maybe it's not so great. You, on the other hand, it's like, wow, I'm totally jealous.
Well, yeah, nobody should mistake a great life for what goes into making that great life. Look, my childhood wasn't that great. I was born deaf in one ear, don't have an ear on my right side, didn't, and had learning disabilities. So it's really about rolling up your sleeves or not. If you want to be a victim, the only person who leads a victim's life is the victim. You roll up your sleeves, you make the choices of what kind of life you want to live. And I wasn't going to compromise my life. I wanted a great life, and I have it.
Well, there's no doubt that the restaurant business takes a lot of hard work. I was in the restaurant business myself for many years before I switched careers, and you're never home. You're working every holiday, but there's a lot of reward to it in terms of, as you mentioned earlier, you know, you're providing a need, you're filling a need, you're taking care of people.
Yeah, it's a great way to, you know, let's not fool anybody. You're making money, but nobody says that you can't do something socially productive and make money, and that's what we try to do. Rock Brews is a great restaurant. We have 22. We'll have 30 this year. We'll have between 80 and 100 in the next 4 years. But at the same time, you can be socially conscious. I don't want to go into a neighborhood and plunder it. I want to see us be good members of the community and good neighbors.
Well, Operation Care and Comfort is a great step in that direction. We are thrilled that your restaurant is here. You took an empty building and turned it into something spectacular. And thank you for coming here, and thank
Pleasure.
you for being a part of our community.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
We're here with Julie DeMaria of Operation Care and Comfort. Julie, tell us about your organization.
We're really proud of our organization. We're an all-volunteer organization based in the South Bay, and we moved up to the North Bay, and we've been doing great stuff for military families, veterans, and troops overseas since 2003.
Wow, so 15 years. And what kind of things do you do for those folks?
Well, we have our biggest program is our care package program. Awesome care packages. We ship them every single month. So let's say you had a kid in the military, we could adopt his unit or her unit, and we would ship care packages to them until they come home. So we currently have about 80 maybe different units and ships that we're supporting.
So what kind of stuff's in these care packages?
Oh my gosh, everything from toiletries and entertainment items and food to things like, oh my gosh, we work with all the sports teams, so you can have signed footballs and baseballs from the Giants and things from the Warriors and Kings. I mean, they really vary.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to probably receive about 50,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies soon.
Wow. Okay, so I'm guessing if you're like in Iraq or Afghanistan, you're not like getting a Hershey bar or stuff like that. Do you get a special request or?
We do get special requests, but we kind of know after 15 years what we can ship and when. Like, you don't want to ship those Hershey bars when it's 130 degrees. So we kind of, play with that, and we know that, there's things that we can't ship over. Alcohol's one, but things that are flammable. So you just kind of learn. But sometimes we'll have a lot of socks going. We've had underwear going. I mean, it just depends, on what we think is important at that time.
Isn't that funny? I would have never thought about socks and underwear, but of course, you're in the middle of the desert, and change underwear would be nice. Huh?
Well, and also you're not a mom. Moms always want you to have
That's
clean
true.
underwear. So
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, but that's another story. So tell us, if I want to help Operation Care and Comfort, how do I do that?
It's pretty simple. We have a great website, occ-usa.org. We post all of our events on our Facebook page too, and one thing that's a little bit different about us too is that we allow volunteers as young as 5 years old. We're probably one of the only crazy organizations to do that, but we really feel it's important to have kids come out and help.
Sure.
And so yeah, I mean, families can come out and visit us, and we have a big care package event next week at Avaya Stadium in San Jose.
Oh, yeah, where they play soccer, I think,
right.
among other things, I'm sure.
That's right.
Well, listen, real quick, What's it like meeting Paul Stanley? I mean, this isn't the first time you've met it, is it?
Well, it is the first
Oh,
time.
really? Okay.
Yes, it is. It's pretty awesome. You know, I mean, to meet people that really truly care, you can tell.
Right.
It's that whole thing where it's not here, it's here, and you can see that with him. It's just good to be around other people that really appreciate and love the people that have served and serve our country.
And you used a term to describe him a minute ago. What? Remember what that word was?
No.
Legend.
Oh, yeah, he is a legend. I mean, you know, I mean, I'm not young. I'm 60 myself, and
Hey,
it's like these
come
are
on.
these are the people we grew
You're
up
young,
with.
okay? We're young.
But it's our music, you
Right.
know, and classic rock is the best. So it's really great to have him here in Vacaville.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we're really excited about this opportunity.
Well, good deal. Thanks for being here today, and thanks for telling us about your operation.
You're welcome.